So this previous Thursday, the new Star Wars movie Rise of Skywalker hit theaters, and fans were going through the movie like crazy and looking at all the Easter eggs, and I was one of them. So today I'm going to be discussing everything that I picked out that is probably hinting towards Disney Plus originals or spin-off shows or movies. So let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to Tight Talk. Today I'm going to be discussing the things that I noticed that are pointing towards future things in the Star Wars universe that we're going to be probably seeing on Disney Plus. Number one. In the movie, Lando Calrissian meets the girl from Endor that I can't remember her name because I just can't remember her name at the moment. But anyways, during the final battle, them two meet, and Lando Calrissian asks her where she came from and how she got into the Rebel Alliance and stuff. And we learn that she was an ex-stormtrooper that broke away and ran from the First Order. And she was taken at a very young age from her parents, similar to Finn. And during this engagement and stuff, Lando Calrissian says, well, let's find out. And then the conversation is kind of done. And it kind of leaves us there on that little cliffhanger that's probably going to be pointing to a Lando Calrissian Disney Plus show. It just had the same vibe as when Loki grabs the Tesseract in Endgame and goes through a portal. And then we never see Loki again. And then they announced the Loki spin-off show coming to Disney Plus. So I'm guessing that's some Star Wars thing, maybe Star Wars Celebration. We'll be hearing something about a Lando Calrissian Disney Plus original. So that's number one. Number two, Old Republic trilogy is coming. And we've known this for a while, but this movie just really depicted it and stuff as we learn Sidious's plan all the way through the Republic into the Galactic Empire, the Galactic Senate, and then the Final Order, which is what the Rise of Skywalker movie digs into. But it's just really cool to see how they had that Easter egg already there, and we already knew that we were getting this. So it just kind of shows how we've gone through the original trilogy, prequel, future, back behind the prequel trilogy. So that'll be really cool to see, and I'm excited for that because we know David Filoni and the guys that made Game of Thrones will be teaming up to make a Star Wars masterpiece. And if you haven't watched Mandalorian, that is 100% Jon Favreau and David Filoni just being geniuses at making thriller shows like that where it's based off of other comics and stuff, because we know Jon Favreau does a great job with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And then David Filoni being George Lucas's second, pretty much. Like, he knows as much as George Lucas knows about Star Wars. And, yeah, it's just really cool to see Mandalorian, how it's coming to play. So, Old Republic trilogy will be really cool. Number three. So, in the Rise of Skywalker, we have an Easter egg that is kind of popping up 3 times that I picked out. Once in about the first act when they fall through quicksand, and Finn is trying to tell Rey something, then he swallows a mouthful of sand, and we don't hear what he was about to say because he thinks they were going to die, but they survive. Then later on, Poe, Chewbacca, and Finn get captured by the First Order, and they are supposed to be terminated, but Hux saves them. Poe asks Finn, what were you going to say to Rey in the sand pit, and he says it's none of your business. Then later on, Rey asks Finn, what were you actually going to say to me, and we never hear him answer. But then later on, Disney just now confirmed that Finn is 100% Force sensitive, and that's awesome. Because we know now we are going to be getting a spin-off show that's probably going to dig into Rey and Finn becoming Jedi, or Rey already as a Jedi training Finn. But we know this because Finn felt when Rey dies in the Rise of Skywalker and then comes back to life, he feels her presence just gone. And he also knows exactly when Leia dies and he's on the other side of the galaxy, because during the Leia death scene, we see her fade away, and then it cuts back to Finn and Poe, and Finn whispers under his breath, Leia. So we know that he is definitely Force sensitive. He can feel the Force, but he doesn't know how to use it. And that's probably why we never see Finn and Rey team up into this like dynamic duo, kind of like Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin were in the prequel trilogy. Fourth, we are going to probably be getting some sort of Poe Dameron miniseries or spin-off film or something kind of like the Solo movie, because we learned he was a spice runner. And this is the cool thing about this. The spice runner is someone that is like, spices are kind of like drugs in the Star Wars universe. And we know that the big monopoly owners of the spice trade were the Hutts. The Hutt clan 100% owned it, had a monopoly over it, kind of like Amazon is becoming a monopoly nowadays in our modern world. And yeah, that's kind of like what the spice run was. He was a spice runner, meaning that he was the guy that kind of like would smuggle the spices all over the galaxy, wherever it's being sold, wherever it needed, and that kind of thing. So we know he had a life before the Resistance, And we also meet two of his former teammates or counterparts, partners, whatever you want to call it, but they worked with him when he was a Spice Runner, and we also see him team up with her throughout the rest of the movie. So that's kind of cool, and we'll probably get to see that more or less, and we'll probably get to see Kajimi, which is the planet that he was a Spice Runner for, so we'll get to see that probably play out later on. So those are 4 main Disney Plus spin-off exclusives, whatever you want to call it, that are most likely coming to the Disney Star Wars universe. And I'm super excited about these things, obviously. I'm a huge fan of Star Wars, and seeing that Rise of Skywalker was just the beginning of a whole new thing. It might have been the end of the Skywalkers because, yes, there's no more Skywalker blood in the galaxy, but it definitely is opening up for way more possibilities and new things that come to the universe. So, yeah, I'm really excited because maybe in like 5 years from now, the Star Wars universe will be kind of like a Marvel universe where all these movies are coexisting and stuff in the same universe, and it'll be really cool. So yeah, that is my video today. If you guys did go on to enjoy, please hit the like button because we are 66 subscribers away from 1,000, and I want to hit it before Christmas, which would be awesome. So we've got, 3 days to hit it, and I've gained like 20 overnight last night. I'm just super excited, and I also got Channel of the Day on the Fandom Collective, which is like a Star Wars fandom that takes place on Twitter with like 2,000 members. But I'm super honored to get that because that's super cool. When I joined it 8 months ago, I didn't think I'd be getting Channel of the Day because there's like 2,000 other channels and to be picked out of it. Super excited about that. Yeah, Patreon will be down below to help donate to all this. Twitter, Instagram, Patreon. Do your thing, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya.